Not to me.
Oh. Oof.
Certainly not to me.
Almost up to you again.
I think they're behind us.
I think so.
Be escorting EMS back to pillbox with the one down 95.
He's pulling a gun.
Oh shit.
Class 2s, class.
Oh dear.
If you need to go to that, I should be alright. Yeah.
Alright, you gonna be okay?
Yeah, I'll just borrow a car. I'll commandeer.
76 to you.
Pick up shots. Down, he's down, he's down. Shots fired by officer, suspects down.
Let me turn this radio off. Alright, what can I do for you?
Yesterday, I flew into the city, and minutes by the time I got into the city, the
14, you guys
vehicle
need any
pulled up
additional?
on me with the registration
Give me 1 second.
477.
What's going on?
So this vehicle came up to me, yeah? There was a blue vehicle with registration 477 W9QEF. Three guys got out, all with guns, said, "Are you Kenneth Kennedy?" And I said, "Yeah." And then they told me to get in the vehicle. They taped my mouth shut. They tied my hands, and they took me to some place, and they were wanting me to spread the word that there's a 500k hit on a guy called Big Ish. I asked them what this has got to do with me, because I do not know anyone called Big Ish, and I've sort of kept myself to myself lately. And they says that an officer passed my details on to them, and they had a look at my record and thought that I was the right guy for the job, because apparently this officer told them that I was broke. They knew I worked at Spicy Meatballs, and they told me to spread the word that there's a 500k hit on this Big Ish. If I didn't do it, or they didn't hear a word on the street that, about this 500k hit, that they would kill me. And then they took me back to where they took me, and obviously they told me not to tell the police because they'll find out if I do tell the police. So that was that. So obviously, kind of scared for my life whether I go to the police or, that I just tell people there was this 500k hit on this guy. So I put the word out to a couple people. But they also gave me a location of where to go if
Come over here. Location on where to go for.
If I had Big Ish, I had to dump his body at postal 1018. I had no contact information or anything of these three guys. So obviously I spread the word out a little bit, and I started to get quite scared, because...
So if you claimed the bounty, or if somebody else, that's where they needed to drop it?
Yes. But either way, if it was someone else that killed them, I had to be there.
You have to be there?
Yeah, I had to be there with the body. So obviously I had no information on these guys, so I was kind of more curious to why you know, like, where'd I fit in all this, regardless if a police officer gave them my details, my name, because I'm pretty sure there's plenty of other people in the city that would happily have done this. So because I had no information on them, I went to postal 1018, and there was a bunch of guys there with guns with like a green bandana on their trousers, and they pointed machine guns and everything to me. Like, what the fuck are you doing here? And I just says, oh, a couple guys came up to me, I'm not sure if it was yourselves, and told me to spread the word that there was this 500k hit on Big Ish. And there was about 15 of these guys all together, pointing their guns to me. They searched me, and they told me to fuck off. Big Ish is being protected, and if I tell anybody about it anymore, that they'll find out and they'll kill me. They also told me not to go to the police regarding it because they know police officers. So yeah, so that was that. So I kind of just left it, but I was a bit, you know, scared. So I never went to work or anything like that. And I saw this gentleman who was needing a lift, so I gave him a lift, and then I noticed he had a green bandana tucked into his trousers. So I questioned him of it, and he just says that they're protecting Big Ish, and that the people that were wanting them dead were going to give me 500k to deliver them, but they told me to ignore it, and yeah.
So let me get this straight. You were approached by... Where were you at when you were approached?
I legit just flew into the city, got a taxi to the police station because obviously it's next to my work. So I ran from the police station to Spicy Meatballs. Checked if it was opened up or anything, but it was closed. And then I just got up the road from Spicy Meatballs, you know, next to Legion Car Park.
Mm-hmm.
To get my bike, and then this is when this car pulled out.
Okay,
Three
this
guys
car.
got out.
3 individuals armed with weapons, class 1 or class 2? Rifles
Uh,
or
They were
pistols?
like machine guns.
Okay.
Like kind of mini machine guns.
Okay, SMGs. And they took you at gunpoint. They asked if you were Kenneth Kennedy. They tied you up and took you somewhere. Do you recall where they took you?
2 seconds, let me look at my GPS. We were driving up past the highway, going on, you know, like going past the prison. They took a right, and there was like a petrol station, like a caravan kind of thing. Sorry, fuck. I'm so sorry. They took me there, told me to get out of the car, they searched me, took my food off me, and gave me the instructions, and then took me back.
Okay, and their instructions were to spread the word that there is a $500,000 hit on Big Ish. And they
Yep.
told you an officer gave them your information and
Yep,
had
and they
notified them
gave
that
my
you were
record.
broke and where you worked. And if you didn't do it, or they didn't hear word on the street about the hit, they would come back and kill you. They brought you back to where they picked you up, which is near Legion Square, and told you not to tell the police. And then you were curious, so you were told specifically by them to dump Mr. Ish at Postal 1018. You went there. They didn't leave you any contact information. When you arrived at Postal 1018, you were surrounded by a group of about 15 people with green bandanas in their pockets, also heavily armed with guns. You advised them and spread the word to them that there was a hit on Mr. Ish, They searched you and told you to fuck off. Told you that Mr. Ish was being protected, and if you told any more people, they would find out and they would kill you. You also later gave a man a ride who also had a green bandana, who also confirmed that they were protecting Big Ish and that the people that want him dead and offering the $500,000 bounty should be ignored. Also have note here that you have to be present at the time that the bounty is collected and the body is delivered.
Yes, ma'am.
You have any other? That's a lot. That's a lot. Have any other information on officer corruption? I know you had mentioned that, or was that the information that you were telling me about? That they were giving out your information to other people? Hello? Can you hear me? Hello? Oh, shit. That's unfortunate. Maybe I'll be back. You didn't punch me on purpose. It was
I
an
know, I
accident.
saw that.
Yeah, I saw you
Just
get
got
out of the car.
Beat his ass.
He's got an interesting story to tell. He gave me a license
yeah.
plate for a car. He said 3 armed individuals, he described it as a blue vehicle. 3 armed individuals with Class 2 weapons got out, asked for him by name. They tied him up and took him, I believe it's going to be, you know where the dinosaur is at the petrol station? There's a little caravan park behind there. I believe they took him there. And at that location, they told him to spread the word that there is a $500,000 hit out on Mr. Big Ish. He also said that the individuals told him an officer gave them his information, told him he was broke and where he worked. And they told him if he didn't do it or spread the word and they didn't hear the word, that they would come back and kill him. He was also told a location to dump the body at, and that he had to be present when the body was brought there for the bounty to be collected. So his dumbass goes over to that location, postal 1018, and then apparently there's a large group of individuals with green bandanas and guns. He was like, hey, there's a hit out on Big Ish if you want it, $500,000. They weren't happy with that. They told him to fuck off. They checked his pockets and said that Mr. Ish was being protected by them, and if he told any more people, they would find him and kill him. And then he later gave a man a ride in his car who also had a green bandana, and if he also confirmed that they were protecting Mr. Ish and that the people that want him dead should be ignored. I'm not really sure what to do with that. Why the fuck do people care about Big Ish that much? That's a lot of money.
Yeah.
That's a lot of money for a hit. I'm kind of upset that I've never had that much of a bounty on me. To be honest,
Yeah, no
Mr. Ish
kidding.
must have really pissed somebody off. And to be fair, I really don't think anybody in any gang organization has $500,000 for any sort of hit anyway.
Yeah, I mean, the most, this sounds terrible, but the most important thing about that to me is, the, corrupt cop.
Yeah, I know, but I don't. It's just what the individuals told him was that the information was passed on from an officer. I don't know if the officer in question knows anything about this hit on Ish, but I think an officer should be giving out information about civilians in the state. Like, oh yeah, that fella, he works there. He's pretty broke. Here's his phone number. I
pretty
don't know
loose
how many
information.
officers even know Mr. Ish. It's not that well.
Don't have integrity. Those officers don't have integrity. Might not be corrupt. To say where somebody, is getting paid for the information, but
Yeah, I don't know. He's
Definitely
coming back.
no
Oh,
integrity.
there he is. I'm gonna go see if I can get some more information.
alright, yep, tell them bye, Ben.
Did you have any more information on the officer in question or any other officer? Shit.
It's not to do with what I just told you, but apparently I put in a report that led to a guy, whatever. But I overheard these 2 guys saying Roman said Mace text him that Kenneth put in a police report. And that's all I heard. So yeah, and I went to PD when I heard that and asked that if there was an officer called Mace, and apparently there is or was.
You overheard somebody say Roman.
Yeah, Roman.
Overheard Mace telling someone that you had put in a police report.
It
Or
was two guys, and they were speaking, and it says Roman got a text from Mace that Kenneth Kennedy put in a police report. And this was, hold on, I think I wrote down notes. This was around the start of December, end of November.
you know who Roman is? I don't know that I've ever heard of a Roman.
I know in our spicy meatball emails, in the emails there's a guy called Roman Rossi.
And what was that police report about? Do you recall?
I honestly have no idea. I tried to find out. So I've got no idea, but it'll be round about the end of
End of November, beginning December?
Yes,
Oh,
ma'am.
I'll go see if I can find one from then.
'Cause, I inquired about someone. I mean, if you were to ask the assistant chief, he'll probably tell you that he recalls me asking about it, because I remember I graffitied the police station that Mace is a dirty cop, and your assistant chief was on duty then.
Wait, who said that Mace was a dirty cop?
Me, ma'am.
You did. Okay, and you were speaking with the assistant chief at the time about it?
It was some other person. I wanted to speak to the assistant chief,
Oh, okay.
but he wasn't available. But he saw me graffiti the building that saying Mace is a dirty cop. But the police officer that I was asking about, I was asking them like if you can delete or like shred reports or stuff like that, and they said no, whether that's true or not. But yeah.
Okay. Is there anything else? I'm not really sure what to tell you about this incident. I wouldn't go around spreading the word that could implicate you possibly in the crime. I'm gonna check that plate and see if I can identify the individuals. You notice you're being followed. Definitely. You know.
I
Call
felt like I
us.
was getting followed that yesterday, the day I was spreading it. One other thing, when I gave that guy a lift with the green bandana,
Mhm.
I asked him who the people were that got me to, spread the word. It's a gang, but he says they sometimes hang around that taco place.
Or a gang that sometimes hangs around the taco shop.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't know if they own it or what. But yeah.
Alright, I'll find out. Again, if you notice anybody following you, maybe don't drive, cars that you normally drive. Maybe try and wear a mask, change your clothes and stuff so you're not easily recognizable. And I don't want to say don't go to work, because yeah, everybody needs to work and make money. That's not fair to you. Just try and make sure that you're working with somebody else there. Have the ability to maybe go somewhere behind a locked door.
Yes, ma'am.
Alright. And you have my number and the number for 911.
Would you be able to do me a favor?
What's that?
I just over a week ago, I put out on Twitter if anyone knows how I can go around expunging my record. The guy got back to me and says he can do it. I cannot remember the guy's name, but I met him at that garage just like a couple blocks that way.
You probably need to speak with somebody from the district attorney's office. It's going to be Mr. Hanson or Miss Lily Lynch. Can assist you with that record expungement.
Okay, alright, thank you very much.
Okay. Thank you for your time, sir. I appreciate you.
Yeah, take care.
Oh God, it's cold out there. He that apparently the individuals hang out around the taco shop. I need to run that plate he gave me. He also said that he overheard two men saying that Roman got a text from Mace telling someone that the gentleman I was just talking to had put in a police report.
So Dave, Mace is, telling information.
Apparently, I don't know how we can confirm that though. And as we all know, text messages will not be sufficient for evidence. Maybe us.
Watch him because
Yeah. You just see my tracker all over. And we just keep an eye on him and watch his reports, check the invoices that he puts out there. You see Roman Rossi maybe?
Roman Rossi, yeah, maybe.
Is he a criminal?
I've never arrested him.
Oh, there's so many Romans.
Well, didn't you say Rossi?
Well, the gentleman told me that there's an individual that works with him by the name of Roman Rossi, but there could be any
Okay.
Roman. Roman Savage, Roman Smith.
Couldn't have at least given us his last name, shit.
Well, no, not really.